Hello, queens and kings. It's Dana Store Coats, Killer Queen Antique Jewelry. Happy Sunday. Haul Sunday. So this is a Birmingham haul and 2 estate auctions. So with that, let's get into it. Well, I mean, the most obvious piece is staring at you. Gorgeous. Art Deco, sterling, Czechoslovakian emerald cuts, and only the most fabulous periwinkle revelry. So other than a little bit of fuzz I see on there from my non-lint free cloth. We'll go back to the amber in a minute. That's why the amber earrings are up. Let's come down to the mat. You can see some things off to the side there. Why don't we go with vintage to antique? Yes. Sterling to gold. So starting out with vintage. Two gorgeous sterling bracelets, bangle bracelets. Yes, they are as solid as they look. I'll put the weights up and the measurements. Vintage, vintage, vintage. Now, I don't deal a lot of vintage. It's more antiques, but love a diamond cut hoop moment. Sterling silver. Very pretty. Large, but not too large in charge. Those are the Art Deco earrings that I'll show you in a bit. Oh gosh. Vintage, vintage, vintage. Ah. Here's another piece of vintage, a couple pieces. There's an 8-bar, an 8-gate sterling bracelet, of course with a heart padlock and safety. It's probably about a 7 now, but of course I can take it up to an 8, 8.5, whatever you would need. But it's in beautiful condition. That one's vintage. Oh, this one is vintage. Love, love, love. Big chunky sterling necklace with 2, not 1 heart, but 2. Toggle clasp, which I don't mind when it's at your throat. And this one's, I think, 17 inches. I'll put it up on the screen for you. And a nice weight. Heavy, but not too heavy. I should have had this organized maybe a little bit better, but that's okay. Let's go into the amber, since the amber earrings are up. And then I'm sure I'll find a couple other pieces of vintage. Now, these are just some of the amber earrings that I have available. And there will probably be more amber in this week. Now, the first piece we'll go into is, I wouldn't call it extra large. I mean, the amber is extra large. And some people call this butterscotch. But if you look, there's the yoke, especially in this piece. So I call it egg yolk. Of course, it's Art Nouveau style. And this one's going to fit up to about 7 inches. Thank goodness, we don't need it that loud. Let me grab the next one. This one I would call very modernist. Look how thick that amber is. Both of them are natural Baltic amber. And I want to say yes. They have Polish hallmarks. This one might even be Russian. Yeah, it's got the anchor. This one is Russian. This one is Polish. Nice chunky amber bracelet. And then I'm going to save the one that I have here. Now there is another one coming in. This is a large cuff. Now, when I say large cuff, it will fit up to maybe a 7, 7.5. I meant that the amber is large, and it is natural bug amber, not copal. That's the bug. That big inclusion is the bug. Some type of like grasshopper. Art Nouveau style. Of course, sterling. Maybe you're not into bugs. Maybe just like amber. I don't know. I think the bug's cool. It's rare to get a bug that large. Copal, which is, you know, the difference in Baltic amber and copal amber is Baltic opal is, or not opal, Baltic amber is hundreds of millions of years old, and copal is only millions of years old. But it's very rare to get a bug that large in Baltic. Usually you'll get little gnats and things. I've never had a bug that large before. Now, I do have some more in. Hopefully they will be adult size and more coming in of the beautiful antique adjustable sterling bracelets, ever popular. Let me come up just a little bit. There's an Edwardian, very pretty adjustable bracelet. This one is an Excalibur, and it is Victorian. Buckle. It's all chased out and hallmarked inside. Yeah, we've kind of just gone through, I think, most of the, there are a couple vintage pieces that we skipped over, but we might as well do them now. Now, this doesn't have to go on a torque, but I kind of like it on a torque. She's a rare Swiss credit. She's 10 grams of fine silver, 999 silver. And I say rare because she was minted in the 70s. And she's called Lady Fortuna. You could put her on a chain, you could put her on a bracelet, on a pendant. I just have her on a V-neck torque, which will also be available. I'm just going to put these in my hand because it's only part of it. I'm going to make up some chain lots. I had some people asking for my chain lots that I do. From trace chain up into like chunky chains. Now I have some really beautiful 3 large chunky chains that I bought in Birmingham, and would you believe I forgot them there? They're going to ship them to me. but I'll have them probably, I would say, Tuesday. As soon as they come in, I'll show you. I did pick up a few charms, unique charms in Birmingham. The big, large charms. Gypsy Caravan. How's this one open? Like this. And of course it has the people inside. I think a little gypsy woman. Gypsy traveler. Romanian gypsies. If you're not aware. A vintage but looks antique. Articulated teapot. This one also doubles like as a pill case. I think it would be very cool as a pendant. I think this one does as well. It's also articulated and large enough to be a pill case. Large Leo lion. I had some requests for like medium weight bracelets. And of course, I'll get you antique ones. These are all silver and lime passivant. So they're probably, well, this one is definitely Art Deco. Or actually, just after 1916. You know, Art Deco was really 1901 to 1909. So, short 8 or 9 year span that you can, not Art Deco, Edwardian, that you can actually call something Edwardian. This one is probably Edwardian because it is lime passivant marked as well. And I want to say this one is vintage. Or at least the padlock is. But I think the lime pad, that one's marked with lime passivant. There's a gorgeous deco panel. Kind of looks like a cross. A little appropriate with Easter coming up. Not that you have to wear a cross, not that you have to be religious. I just happen to love crosses and I'm faithful. This one I love. I hope I cleaned the inside of it. It's got a little gold bee. It's a rose with a gold bee. Love, love, love. I have some amethyst earrings from last week still, and I bought an amethyst bracelet, just a little one, but pretty. Don't have much sterling left. This is Edwardian. Beautiful condition. Now, the other side is chased. Well, they're both chased, but engraved. What does that say? TGP. Or is that an F? That's an F. FGP. I'd hate to think about it, but Bob probably could. I could ask him to try and buff it out. But look how pretty they are. Bob, the channel's jeweler. Oh, so pretty. And this one is Victorian. Heavy, heavy, heavy duty. And I'm not sure if that was a name, Will, or if it just meant like Will, because it has a period after. Love it. Of course, gold lined. Nice, satisfying, heavy snap on it. I have more coins, but these are the ones that I have out. I think I cleaned some and put them away. For the most part, they're Victorian and Edwardian. Something I wanted to share with all of you. Oh, this piece is vintage and I didn't share it. I watched Young Victoria last night, and it was so sad. Now, I'd always heard and, read that Victoria and Albert were, had this prolific love affair. I mean, it was, of course, very well acted as well. But if you watch that movie and you don't understand the romanticism of the Victorian era, I don't know. I actually got a little teary in a couple parts. It's a jadeite bangle. Large and in charge. Red and white jade. This one's vintage, very pretty. New, still in the box. Picked up a random. Gosh, I can't think of the type of Bakelite this is with the glitter in it. And it's actually an American type of Bakelite. You heard that satisfying Bakelite clunk. Oh yeah, there's a couple pieces of silver, more silver that I want to show you. I had to get this. I don't know who's going to have it or if I'm going to keep it, but I love it. Of course, it's Edwardian. They were started in 1902 by Edward, London County Council, and that's fully hallmarked and it's fully sterling and it's heavy. You can see it's a solid silver coin. Awarded to W. Snelling for punctual attendance during the year 1907 to 1908 and 7 years previous, or 7 previous years. I loved it. I love that it was in this pristine condition, and I just think it's too important to melt. Let's see, I think this is the last piece of silver. Of course, the long book chain. Beautiful locket. Not only chase, but repousse. You can see that's all hand hammered up. And it's also dated 1876. That's a beautiful piece. So let me push the sterling back and show you what's here in gold. Well, first off, you probably saw these. Now, these weren't listed as high carat. I'm gonna have to have them XRF'd. I didn't have them before I went to Birmingham, or I would have. Of course, they're Victorian. And the posts are rock crystal quartz. And they're 9 karat gold, and they're Egyptian onyx. You know, the staff of life. And what else do we have? We'll do the smaller gold pieces first, and then I guess we'll do the rings and then the largest piece for last. You know, like save the best for last. Some Victorian Creole. That's what they're called, this style of an earring. 9 karat gold Creole earrings, a pair of those. Then what else do we have? Oh, this is a beautiful piece. This one is Victorian, and that's called French Blue Enamel. And it's set with a garnet and a forget-me-not and pearls. And it's solid 9 karat Look at the chase work on this. Can you imagine that a jeweler sat there and did every bit of this by hand? Of course, it has a Prince of Wales curl. That's what that curl is called, and that little bit of silk. And then this beautiful gold framed locket of this, I think, handsome bearded man. This is Victorian, of course. Then, let's see, what else do we have? Oh, how about a Victorian charm bracelet? Dog clip clasp with extenders. 9 carat on the bracelet, but 18 carat on this beautiful heart. Love how this is made. Now, not to be confused with my Georgian heart on the star chain, but the heart and the pearl. And that's 15 carat. Then there's a Georgian Bohemian garnet. It kind of looks like a snowflake, doesn't it? Now this one is set in a low carat gold. It's not in garnet gold. In the tomback. Let me think, what else can I show you? Oh, a cameo before the rings. A very beautiful cameo. Late Victorian, early Edwardian. She's large, 9 carat. Just a beautiful woman, not the Grecian goddesses. Of course, I'm hallmarked. Then let's show you the ring, shall we? See, I picked up another Edwardian platinum, an 18 karat ring. I turned the music down just a little bit. I think we're skipping. This one is, of course, it's hallmarked. That one is just over a 6. I have lots of other 18 karat gold, maybe a few 9 karat gold rings to offer, but mostly 18. When I said that, this one is 15. Victorian, marquee shape. Isn't it stunning? I think this one is a size 7. Currently, no, it's a 6. It's not going to go all the way down my 7, at least 7.5 finger, but just to show you the pearls and the rose cut diamonds. Large, beautiful ring. When I showed you the glass at the top of the show, that's a little bit of an intro. There will be glass this week. And lots of other items, of course. Oh, I almost forgot this one. 18 karat gold. That's Edwardian, fully hallmarked. Beautiful, nice white diamonds. And I think this one is an 8 or darn near. Leave a little space there. Now I'm going to hope that this is going to show up on video. The last ring is my absolute favorite. And if you watch the show often, if you're in the last sale, if you want something, speak it to the universe. Now, luckily, it's not a huge ring, because if it were huge, if these were huge, I would keep it. I'm still tempted. They're not huge. They're actually just over half a carat and just over a carat, about a carat 20, carat 25. It's a moi et toi. Let me show it to you. Set in 14 karat gold. It is Edwardian. And let me come on in here and see if we can get them to, yeah, I can see some of it. There we go. They're Ceylon star sapphires. Isn't it a pretty ring? Love it. I think this is a 7. In person, the stars are just incredible. Hope to get some video of it this week outside, if we get some sun. Of course, I am in England, so that's iffy. And let's see, the very last piece that I'm going to show you until the next haul. Of course, the largest piece. And in my opinion, the prettiest piece. And just about a 7.5 currently. Someone added a nice little extender to it with the safety. This gorgeous, huge textured gate bracelet. 22 grams, I think it is. Of course, yellow gold. Victorian, just marked for 9 carat. Beautiful bracelet. Well, I'm looking around at my desk and I'm gonna say that's it for now. Like, not that's it, like that'll be all there is for this week. You know there'll be more. But that's it for this Sunday. Have a wonderful rest of your day, Queens and Kings, and I will see you all very shortly. Take care. Thanks for watching.